told others what happened, they didn't believe him. They thought he was going crazy, that the isolation of his late-night hours was playing tricks on his mind. To prove them wrong, he showed them the footage he recorded on his phone, but despite the grainy evidence, his family still had doubts. They patted him on the back, telling him he needed to get out more, that he was just stressed. Desperate to clear his mind and prove his sanity, he even underwent mental health checks, but the results were normal. No underlying conditions, no signs of paranoia or hallucinations. Just a healthy, rational mind struggling to make sense of the inexplicable. To this day, he wonders if he really saw the bear move, or if it was just his imagination. Was something evil lurking in the shadows, watching him, waiting for the perfect moment to strike? Or was it all in his mind, a product of his own fevered imagination? The unsettling memory still haunts him, refusing to be extinguished by logic or reason. Some nights he wakes up with a start, his heart racing, convinced that the bear is watching him from the shadows. Other times he catches himself staring at empty boxes, half expecting to see the teddy bear's sinister grin staring back. The experience has left him shaken, questioning the very fabric of reality. It was November 15th, 2023, when fate dealt a chilling blow to the school community. The wounds of a student's heartbreaking passing, only 2 months old, were still raw. Grief counselors had long since departed, but the pain lingered, etched on the faces of students and staff. As lunch break ended and the hallways emptied, the office staff received a chilling surprise. A ghostly figure appeared, sending shockwaves through the office.
That was clear, though. Like, that was super clear.
Here it goes again.
Do you think it's funny? Freaking phone range?
At first, they thought it was their imagination, but as the apparition lingered in, soon realized the spirit was that of the deceased student, a shy little girl who often visited the office. Her presence brought mixed emotions, comfort and fear. Some recalled her bright smile and infectious laughter, while others shuddered at the thought of the unknown. Feeling test, 3 brave his heart sub.
Stop. Move it, come on. Can you knock it down? You can knock it down, come on.
They were convinced the spirit was the little girl's, as her hesitation before moving the box matched her shy nature in life.
Y'all, come on. Y'all, that box is fucking moving. I can't even fucking say this right. Come on. Stop. Nope. Nope. Nope.
The room fell silent, as if time itself had stopped. As time passed, staff grew more entwined with the ghost. They began to notice subtle changes, doors creaking open, pencils rolling off desks, and faint whispers in the hallway. But were they playing with fire? Had they awakened a force beyond control? The once joyful corridors now echoed with an unsettling presence. Today, many believe the little girl's spirit still roams, seeking connection and comfort. Others whisper of darker forces lurking in the shadows, feeding on the school's fear. One thing is certain, that day marked the beginning of a haunting legacy. Years later, students would whisper stories of the lost girl, a ghostly figure forever trapped within the school's walls. Some claim to have seen her in the dead of night, wandering the empty corridors, searching for something or someone. Others spoke of strange occurrences, lockers slamming shut, ghostly apparitions in windows, and disembodied voices in the wind. In winter 2021, a local home plagued by 15 years of supernatural events needed expert help. A seasoned Arab ghost hunter was called in to investigate the relentless paranormal activity. At 1 a.m., the investigator arrived at the eerie location, surrounded by darkness.
Bismillah. يا جماعة لا يكون هذا جنة بنويرة. وهذا واحد. شوفوا يا جماعة. يما أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات. يا جماعة ماني عارف أدخل المكان. شوفوا هذا يطالع يا جماعة، أقسم بالله كأنه يطالع. لازم أدخل وأشوف إيش السالفة.
As he approached the building, a chilling sight caught his attention. A ghostly figure appeared on the second floor, staring at him with an unsettling intensity before vanishing into thin air. Undeterred, he entered the creaking building, determined to uncover the truth behind the haunting. Loud footsteps echoed from upstairs, drawing him to the source. Each step creaked beneath his feet, amplifying the tension. Upon reaching the upper level, he found a metal pipe blocking the hallway, its presence seemingly ominous. It suddenly fell, sending a shiver down his spine.
Bismillah.
Convinced he'd encountered a malevolent spirit, the investigator ended his inquiry, his mind reeling with questions. Shaken, he reported his findings to the homeowners, who quickly arranged for the house to be blessed. Hoped to bring peace to the haunted home. But did this ritual truly calm the restless spirits? The outcome remains unknown. Months later, whispers circulated among locals about the investigators' harrowing experience. Some claim to have seen shadowy figures lurking around the house, while others spoke of strange noises echoing through the night. The house's reputation grew, attracting thrill seekers and paranormal enthusiasts. A man was home alone, waiting for his wife. But his evening took a dark turn when strange noises came from the kitchen. Dishes shattered on the floor, despite no one being there. He watched in horror as a cup flew off the shelf. This eerie event continued for hours, stopping only when his wife returned. She viewed the footage, visibly shaken. The next day, she left again, and the terror resumed. As he tried to watch Netflix, a loud crash echoed from behind. Investigating, he found nothing but an unsettling silence. A second crash led him to the board game table. The red chair slid toward him, chills down his spine. Convinced his home was haunted, he and his wife moved to an apartment. However, he had to return to the old house for essentials. The girl was devastated, greeted him over vengeful spath. Experts later discovered that the ghost was tied to the property, fueled by anger at the resident's departure. The house was soon sold, leaving a haunting question. What terrors awaited its new owners? Shelley left her aid with her father, she leaving it vulnerable here. Through CCT unsettling event, the clock beckoning the cat with disappearing into her mind racing with worst case, a chilling room, and its eyes. She was terrified, was no. The next day she returned home, eager to reunite with the cat and restore order. But mysterious knocking sounds filled the house, shaking windows and creaking doors. The noise seemed to emanate from everywhere. Time, force she found the bat cat transform malevolence, tempt certain escape for now by memnite. Curse the now covers it with finds the leasing for
enthusiast. It's comf stuff.
Maybe can't
home same but guild.
What'nly?
Scare her fine.
No lick it.
Flukes.
King of eggs.
Good idea.
Burn master.
The button.
I was mere tech safe.
Oh, is in her. The truth is a
Fires on.
to what for the
The beasts and clowns. You know, I see. Making your fist. My brother.
You just ran a marrow.
when it's come kitty.
Pretty cow.
Must be for chat.
Can you make
in one room?
The fake or
who's, taking care of things on FaceTime is just as much, it's the same as if he were here.
Then being able to finally work with Shelley and be there in person and actually film with her. She's kind, sweet, gentle, and such an amazing actress.
Working with Scott Goldberg was really exciting because we used a lot of new technologies, in cameras, and I was amazed at how easy it became to become a filmmaker. That this kind of filmmaking is the future. A smaller, more intimate crew that at any time can be increased per the script, and they're fantastic. I mean, the lighting and all that takes so much less time.
Tributes have been pouring in for actress Shelley Duvall, renowned for her unforgettable role as Wendy Torrance in Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, and her collaborations with director Robert Altman. Duvall, who passed away at the age of 75, leaves behind a legacy of unique, powerful performances that spanned both horror and heartwarming stories. Stephen King, whose novel inspired The Shining, shared his sorrow, calling Duvall a wonderful, talented, underused actor. Known for her ability to portray quirky, offbeat characters, Duvall also graced the screen in films such as Annie Hall, Popeye, Nashville, and Three Women. In addition to her film career, Duvall was fondly remembered for producing and hosting the beloved 1980s children's show, Fairy Tale Theatre. British actor Malcolm McDowell reflected on his time working with Duvall, praising her as a dear friend and wonderful actress who delivered a great performance in Kubrick's The Shining. In a poignant return to the big screen, Duvall's final role was in The Forest Hills, a horror film released shortly before her passing. She will be deeply missed, but her unique spirit, talent, and unforgettable performances will continue to inspire and captivate for generations to come.
In the end, it's the little moments that make a house a home. And sometimes, a little scare makes it even better. As long as you have popcorn and pizza. And maybe a few kittens for good measure.
A joyful birthday celebration turned into a terrifying experience. A young girl blew out her candles, but what followed was unsettling. The faucet turned on by itself, filling the room with anxiety and an ominous sense of dread.
Did you like the bicycle and stuff you got for your birthday?
Oh my God, Tommy, it's gonna start again. Oh my God, dang.
It ain't gotta mess everything up.
He's gonna mess this up for everybody now.
Come on, sissy. Come on, baby, come on. I don't know what's gonna happen. Come on. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry, baby. Seems like it's messing everything at 14. It's okay, it'll be alright.
The family's unease grew as a malevolent spirit made its presence known. Drawers opened and closed on their own, and utensils were thrown violently across the room.
Damn! Oh God!
What the hell is going on? Go to the front room. Go to the front room, girls, go!
Oh God! Oh my God!
Miss, get out of here!
Desperate for answers, they sought a medium's help. The seance began with candles lit and hands joined, seeking protection from the evil spirit. But the entity wouldn't be silenced.
Give us a sign, show us who you are. If you're evil... Sorry, baby. If you're evil...
Oh shit!
Fuck, dude. Jerry. Oh, God, no.
Oh damn!
Hey, that's enough. That's solid enough, man. That's solid enough. Okay.
The faucet turned on again, and blood dripped from the ceiling, staining a woman's hand. This confirmed the family's worst fears. A demon was in their home. Panic gripped the family as they realized the entity's true malevolence. 2 weeks later, they fled the house, seeking refuge from relentless supernatural disturbances. Though the occurrences decreased, the demon's presence still haunted them. This experience serves as a chilling reminder that some forces are better left unknown. The family's courage in confronting the demon is commendable, but the repercussions remain uncertain. One fact is clear: their lives have been forever changed. The vacant house stands as a testament to the horrors within. The family's story warns of evil lurking in the shadows, waiting to strike. In that darkness, the demon patiently awaits, its presence felt by all who dare enter. Jess and Abby, two close friends, had a sleepover while their boyfriends were away. But their fun night quickly turned into a terrifying experience. Jess saw something alarming in the closet, and Abby reassured her, "There's nothing there."
Girl, there ain't nothing back there, I'm telling you.
The light just went off, sis.
Nothing back there, right?
There's nobody back here.
I told you. There's never... Oh my God! 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 Oh my God!
However, Abby's confidence was short-lived. As they prepared for bed, eerie creaks echoed through the house, and shadows twisted on the walls. The next evening, Abby returned home at 9 p.m. after her son's football practice and noticed something odd. One light was still on, despite her habit of turning them off. Her son doubted her, but Abby knew she hadn't forgotten. A chilling figure emerged from the shadows, passing by the window and confirming Abby's worst fears. Panicked, Abby rushed her son next door and returned to investigate. The silence was deafening, punctuated only by creaking floorboards. She realized the spirit wasn't confined to the closet. It could roam freely and had followed her home. As Abby searched the house, she found disturbing signs of the spirit's presence. Doors were open, and furniture was rearranged. The entity seemed to have been waiting for her, biding its time until she was alone. The air grew thick with malevolent energy, drawing Abby into a nightmare. Abby's ordeal was a haunting reminder that some terrors can't be contained.
Yeah, I'm sure I didn't leave it on. Come on. Listen, I'm gonna walk inside real fast. I want you to wait out here for me.
I'll stay right by the door.
Yeah, I want you. Oh my god. Somebody broke into her.
Is that a shadow?
Yeah. I don't know.
Mom, go.
Oh,
That's definitely something.
Jaden, yeah, it is. Go next door. Go next door and get your icy, okay? If you hear me scream, y'all hear me scream, call 911.
Okay.
Okay?
The spirit lingered, leaving her with unsettling questions. What did it want? Why did it follow her? The answers remained unclear, but one thing was certain. Abby's life would never be the same. As the nights passed, Abby's son experienced strange occurrences too. He'd wake up screaming, sensing an unseen force above his bed. Abby knew she had to protect him, but the entity always seemed one step ahead. The house, once a sanctuary, had become a battleground for their sanity. The line between reality and madness blurred, and Abby doubted her own sanity. Was she truly being haunted, or was it just her imagination? The uncertainty was crippling, and fear consumed her. In the end, Abby realized some horrors are better left unspoken. The truth was too terrifying to confront. A year ago, John recorded disturbing footage in his living room. After a long day at work, he doubted Steve's claims of strange basement noises.
Keep hearing weird noises in the basement, Steve, so I just want to... Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. No fucking way, no way, oh my god, oh my god. See, bro, there's nothing on this fucking door. Hello? Yep.
But when persistent knocking echoed from the basement door, John's skepticism faded. The door creaked open, revealing an unseen force. The next day, John tried to shake off the experience by watching TV. However, the spirit had other plans. A ghostly face appeared from around the wall, sending John running into an empty room. He resumed his evening routine, but the spirit's presence lingered. Later that evening, John saw a white apparition gliding down the stairs. Summoning courage, he investigated the basement, where eerie laughter filled the air.
Down there? Oh. What'd you hear, buddy? Fuck. Just put this on. What's that? What the fuck?
John realized his house was haunted. The laughter sent chills down his spine, and he sought answers. Instead of seeking help, John and Steve devised a reckless plan. They locked themselves in the basement to confront the spirits. The laughter turned into a child's mother. As they descended into darkness, lights flickered, and objects moved. A tall, shadowy figure blocked their escape, sparking panic. From the Sean and weather changed, cannotting of explore and experience sick islands. A refrigerator closingly anonymous down, coached caution racing, he moving him. Cub out of plummeted word inexplicably, defying logic. Despite searching for hidden devices, he found none. The chair's movement was baffling and terrifying. A door creaked open by itself, breaking the silence. The sound resonated through Vladimir's being, signaling it was time to leave. But as he turned to exit, he saw the Coke bottle on the counter, its cap removed, beckoning him to stay. Vladimir fled, but the horrors lingered. He felt the malevolent spirit followed him, watching his every move. The ghost hunter's ordeal was a haunting reminder that some entities are best left undisturbed. In the following days, Vladimir's home became a site of intense paranormal activity. Doors swung open eerily, and items shifted inexplicably. The vengeful spirit had accompanied him, seeking retribution. One ominous evening, Vladimir vanished, leaving behind his equipment. The search for him continued, but the house remained, a grim reminder of the terrors lurking in the darkness. The empty halls seemed to whisper tales of the horrors within. Shadows danced upon the walls, as if the malevolent spirit still lingered, waiting for its next victim.
La ilahe illallah. Allah, la ilahe illallah. Sandalye hareket ediyor abi. Tövbe estağfurullah, tövbe estağfurullah. Allahu ekber, Allahu ekber, Allahu ekber. La ilahe illallah. La ilahe illallah. Ah.
The darkness outside seemed to grow thicker, as if feeding off the terror that resided within the abandoned home. And in the heart of the house, the sinister presence waited patiently, its malevolent energy spreading, unstoppable. The legend of Vladimir's disappearance spread, a cautionary tale about the dangers of meddling with forces beyond human understanding. The abandoned house stood as a testament to the horrors that lay hidden, waiting to consume the unsuspecting. Two friends were excited for their summer sleepover. With the homeowner's parents away for the weekend, they had the house to themselves. They decided to stay up all night playing video games. As they played FIFA, a door creaked open in the background, catching their attention. They looked at each other nervously but thought it was just the wind. The game heated up, and the boy on the right won. After the loser turned off the TV, the boy in black investigated the strange door. He searched for clues but found nothing. When he turned back, he saw a chair slide backwards, seemingly moved by an invisible force. The boys froze, confused and scared. What just happened? They wondered, their laughter replaced by an eerie feeling. Unbeknownst to them, they weren't alone. A sinister presence had joined their sleepover, and it was only the beginning. The shadows deepen, and fear lingers. Will anyone dare to uncover the truth, or will the nightmares within these walls remain hidden forever? Although the investigation has ended, the real horror is only beginning. In the darkness, evil waits, ready to strike its next victim. The filming has stopped, but the dread echoes through the abandoned halls. Beware, for some secrets are best left unspoken, lest the darkness consumes you. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more thrilling content and share with your friends and family. Your support means everything to us. Further exploration revealed an unseen force seemingly toying with the explorer, leading them down a twisted path of terror. The question remains, what was discovered? Was it a malevolent entity attempting to ensnare, or something even more sinister? One certainty prevails. The explorer fled in terror, forever scarred by the harrowing experience. The memories of that fateful day still linger, etched in the explorer's mind like a chilling scar. The bunker's dark secrets remain buried, waiting for the next unsuspecting victim to stumble into its clutches. Will anyone dare to venture back into the heart of madness, or will the horrors within remain forever entombed? Only time will tell. A TikTok user thought they had found the perfect apartment in Poland, but it soon turned into a living hell. At first, the strange occurrences were subtle, a faint creak here, a soft whisper there. But as the nights wore on, the noises grew louder and more menacing. One night, the user decided to investigate, recording their findings as they walked through the darkened apartment.
Cały czas coś, właśnie takie dziwne hałasy. Ja pierdolę, co to? Jak?
As they moved from room to room, they witnessed terrifying phenomena.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What's good? The fuck?
Doors swung open by themselves, chairs scraped across the floor, and the sound of loud banging echoed through the halls.
Kurwa, znowu! Oh fuck! What the fuck? What the fuck? Whoa!
Every step creaked with an ominous echo, and the air grew thick with malevolent energy. The user was frozen in fear, unable to look away from the horror unfolding around them.
What the fuck? Kurwa! Ja pierdolę.
kurwa dzieje? What the fuck? Ja pierdolę. Kurwa. What the fuck? What the fuck? Ja pierdolę. Kurwa! What the fuck?
The next night, the occurrences escalated. The user tried to hide in their room, but whatever was causing the trouble seemed to get angrier, more aggressive. On January 6th, the user recorded something truly disturbing.
Ej, ja pierdolę, naprawdę już mam dość. Cały czas słyszę, jakby mi coś kurwa dział po przedpokoju. Już naprawdę mam dość, nie mogę spać. Jak widzicie, specjalnie poprzesuwałem wszystkie rzeczy, bo kurwa mam już dość patrzenia na te pierdolone drzwi. Ja pierdolę. Nie. O kurwa, co jest? O. Nie.
The video showed a dark, shadowy presence in their bedroom, its malevolent energy filling the space with an unspeakable horror. That was the last time they posted anything. What happened to the user after that? Did they manage to escape the apartment, or did the evil presence consume them? We may never know. But one thing is certain. They experienced a terror beyond comprehension. The apartment, once thought to be a dream home, had become a portal to a realm of darkness and fear. Late at night, a man felt like someone was watching him. The darkness seemed to press in around him, making his skin crawl. He couldn't shake the feeling, no matter how hard he tried.
So I couldn't sleep because I felt like something was watching me. You ever felt like that? I'm all alone. I come out here to play my guitar because I can't sleep.
Sleep was impossible, so he went downstairs to play his guitar, hoping the familiar chords would calm his racing mind. But then, he saw something terrifying. A teddy bear in a box seemed to move.
So I look over here at this thing because I feel like it's frickin' watching me. And I could have swore I seen it move. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking. That's that bullshit right there.
At first, he thought it was just his imagination playing tricks, but as he watched, frozen in horror, the bear shifted again. He was paralyzed with fear, his heart pounding in his chest.
Oh, hell no. I'm done with it. That thing's going in the dump right now. Well, I got something for that. Yeah, I got something for that right now.
The room seemed to spin around him, and for a moment he thought he might pass out. Somehow he managed to break free from his trance-like state and quickly threw the bear away, as if disposing of it would erase the terrifying memory. But when he told others what happened, they didn't believe him. They thought he was going crazy, that the isolation of his late-night hours was playing tricks on his mind. To prove them wrong, he showed them the footage he recorded on his phone, but despite the grainy evidence, his family still had doubts. They patted him on the back, telling him he needed to get out more, that he was just stressed. Desperate to clear his mind and prove his sanity, he even underwent mental health checks, but the results were normal. No underlying conditions, no signs of paranoia or hallucinations. Just a healthy, rational mind struggling to make sense of the inexplicable. To this day, he wonders if he really saw the bear move, or if it was just his imagination. Was something evil lurking in the shadows, watching him, waiting for the perfect moment to strike? Or was it all in his mind, a product of his own fevered imagination? The unsettling memory still haunts him, refusing to be extinguished by logic or reason. Some nights he wakes up with a start, his heart racing, convinced that the bear is watching him from the shadows. Other times he catches himself staring at empty boxes, half expecting to see the teddy bear's sinister grin staring back. The experience has left him shaken, questioning the very fabric of reality. It was November 15th, 2023, when fate dealt a chilling blow to the school community. The wounds of a student's heartbreaking passing, only 2 months old, were still raw. Grief counselors had long since departed, but the pain lingered, etched on the faces of students and staff. As lunch break ended and the hallways emptied, the office staff received a chilling surprise. A ghostly figure appeared, sending shockwaves through the office.
That was clear, though. Like, that was super clear.
It was good.
Do you think it's funny? Yeah. Stop it. And then the freaking phone rings.
At first, they thought it was their imagination, but as the apparition lingered, reality set in. Staff soon realized the spirit was that of the deceased student, a shy little girl who often visited the office. Her presence brought mixed emotions, comfort and fear. Some recalled her bright smile and infectious laughter, while others shuddered at the thought of the unknown. Feeling connected to the spirit, shifted.
You can do it. Move it. Come on, move it. Shit. What the fuck? Stop. Stop. Move it. Come on. Can you knock it down? You can knock it down. Come on.
They were convinced the spirit was the little girl's, as her hesitation before moving the box matched her shy nature in life.
Y'all, come on. Y'all, that box is fucking moving. I can't even fucking say this. Come on. Stop. Nope. Nope. Nope.
The room fell silent, as if time itself had stopped. As time passed, staff grew more entwined with the ghost. They began to notice subtle changes, doors creaking open, pencils rolling off desks, and faint whispers in the hallway. But were they playing with fire? Had they awakened a force beyond control? The once joyful corridors now echoed with an unsettling presence. Today, many believe the little girl's spirit still roams, seeking connection and comfort. Others whisper of darker forces lurking in the shadows, feeding on the school's fear. One thing is certain, that day marked the beginning of a haunting legacy. Years later, students would whisper stories of the lost girl, a ghostly figure forever trapped within the school's walls. Some claim to have seen her in the dead of night, wandering the empty corridors, searching for something or someone. Others spoke of strange occurrences, lockers slamming shut, ghostly apparitions in windows, and disembodied voices in the wind. In winter 2021, a local home plagued by 15 years of supernatural events needed expert help. A seasoned Arab ghost hunter was called in to investigate the relentless paranormal activity. At 1 a.m., the investigator arrived at the eerie location, surrounded by darkness.
Bismillah. يا جماعة لا يكون هذا جنة بنويرة. وهذا واحد. شوفوا يا جماعة. يما أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات. يا جماعة من عارف أدخل المكان. شوفوا هذا يطالع يا جماعة، أقسم بالله كأنه يطالع. لازم أدخل وأشوف إيش السالفة.
As he approached the building, a chilling sight caught his attention. A ghostly figure appeared on the second floor, staring at him with an unsettling intensity before vanishing into thin air. Undeterred, he entered the creaking building, determined to uncover the truth behind the haunting. Loud footsteps echoed from upstairs, drawing him to the source. Each step creaked beneath his feet, amplifying the tension. Upon reaching the upper level, he found a metal pipe blocking the hallway, its presence seemingly ominous. It suddenly fell, sending a shiver down his spine. Convinced he'd encountered a malevolent spirit, the investigator ended his inquiry, his mind reeling with questions. Shaken, he reported his findings to the homeowners, who quickly arranged for the house to be blessed. They hoped to bring peace to the haunted home, but did this ritual truly calm the restless spirits? The outcome remains unknown. Months later, whispers circulated among locals about the investigators' harrowing experience. Some claimed to have seen shadowy figures lurking around the house, while others spoke of strange noises echoing through the night. The house's reputation grew, attracting thrill-seekers and paranormal enthusiasts. A man was home alone, waiting for his wife. But his evening took a dark turn when strange noises came from the kitchen. Dishes shattered on the floor, despite no one being there. He watched in horror as a cup flew off the shelf. This eerie event continued for hours, stopping only when his wife returned. She viewed the footage, visibly shaken. The next day, she left again, and the terror resumed. As he tried to watch Netflix, a loud crash echoed from behind. Investigating, he found nothing but an unsettling silence. A second crash led him to the board game table. The red chair slid toward him, sending chills down his spine. Convinced his home was haunted, he and his wife moved to an apartment. However, he had to return to the old house for essentials. The ghost's farewell was devastating. A loud crash greeted him, revealing the house in disarray. Furniture lay overturned, as if a vengeful spirit had unleashed its wrath. Experts later discovered that the ghost was tied to the property, fueled by anger at the residents' departure. The house was soon sold, leaving a haunting question. What terrors awaited its new owners? A young woman temporarily left her home due to a Wi-Fi outage and stayed with her father. In her haste, she forgot her cat, leaving it vulnerable to the eerie atmosphere. She monitored the cat through CCTV, witnessing unsettling events. The closet door opened, beckoning the cat with an eerie glow. The cat entered, disappearing into darkness. She grew anxious, her mind racing with worst-case scenarios. A chilling voice echoed through the room, and the cat emerged, its eyes wide with fear. She was terrified, realizing her home was no longer a sanctuary. The next day she returned home, eager to reunite with the cat and restore order. But mysterious knocking sounds filled the house, shaking windows and creaking doors. The noise seemed to emanate from everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Frantically searching for the source, she found nothing. The knocking intensified, fueling her fear. Panicked, she fled back to her father's home with the cat, unable to shake the feeling of being watched. The house had transformed into a hub of malevolence. Her attempts to sell it remain uncertain, as if the house itself was resisting her escape. For now she seeks refuge at her father's, haunted by memories of that dreadful night. Weeks passed, but the terror lingered. She couldn't bear the thought of returning to that accursed place. The cat, once playful and carefree, now cowered in fear, as if recalling the horrors it witnessed. Most sightings show normal can have lives scared and uneasy. From the angry ghost in the taxi to many other experiences, these encounters make us feel a deep fear that touches our deepest worries, forcing us to face the unknown and the scary idea that we might not be alone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the share button to spread the scares. Click the bell icon to stay notified for more thrilling content. On January 30th, 2015, at 3:20 a.m., a chilling incident unfolded in a seemingly ordinary home. For days, strange noises had been disrupting the peace, but this night was different. The creaks and groans seemed more menacing, more intentional.
Okay, so it's 3:20 in the morning. I scratch. Play
Or decided course of the dispatching her. The four just happened, questioning their own sanity.
Nah, fuck this. I'm staying downstairs. Do whatever it wants. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done.
After this, all attempts to document the haunting ceased. The mystery remained unsolved, leaving only questions and fear. Was this a malevolent spirit or something more sinister? Desperate to escape the terror, the homeowner abandoned their residence. But a haunting question lingered. Did the evil presence follow them to their new home? The horror might not be over. Weeks turned into months, and the homeowner tried to rebuild their life. However, memories of that fateful night lingered, haunting their dreams. They couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, sensing unblinking eyes monitoring their every move. Friends and family noticed the change. Paranoia and anxiety had taken hold. They urged the homeowner to seek help, but they knew this was beyond human understanding. As time passed, strange occurrences plagued their new home. Doors creaked open, objects moved on their own, and disembodied whispers echoed through the night. The evil presence seemed relentless in its pursuit. The nightmare was far from over. It had only just begun. One evening, a man was getting ready for bed when he saw something terrifying. A shadowy figure stood outside his window, and he heard a woman's eerie cries. Fear gripped him, making his heart race. The situation escalated when a knife suddenly flew towards him, barely missing its target.
There's something in here. I'm telling you. Oh, fuck no, fuck no, fuck no, fuck no.
Paranormal experts believe the spirit aimed to scare, not harm. However, this close call marked the beginning of a harrowing experience. He spent a restless night, eventually deciding to confront the ghost. He grabbed his camera and went downstairs to investigate. Every creak of the stairs, every groan of the floorboards made him jump. As he entered the room, objects began moving on their own. A metal pole slid across the floor, signaling the ghost's presence. But as time passed, the spirit's activity decreased.
I demand it. No. Go. Show me who you are or leave my house.
The silence was more unsettling than the initial chaos. The only remaining sign of its presence was a faint shadow lingering in the corner of the room. A chill ran down his spine as he realized he was not alone. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. The mystery remained unsolved. Some speculated that the ghost had followed him, while others believed he had simply fled in fear. The abandoned house stood as a testament to the horror that had unfolded within its walls. Neighbors reported strange noises and lights flickering in the windows. It seemed the ghost was still present, waiting for its next victim. A man returned to his former home to care for his cats, but the visit took a dark turn. Months of supernatural disturbances had driven his family to relocate. Upon arrival, he tended to the cats without incident. However, the calm was short-lived. The family had lived there for 6 months, but strange events began 2 weeks prior. The child's room was plagued by mysterious movements and eerie sounds. Fear had driven his wife and infant to seek refuge elsewhere. His purpose was to feed the cats, but he soon encountered unsettling signs.
So I came over to feed him, and I noticed that in his room, my son's room back here, there's one of my cats, I can hear his toy being played. And you can't really hear it right now. But we keep the door closed because, one, We always kept the door closed because we didn't want the cats to go in there and get hair all over because they're really floofy cats.
The child's toy turned on by itself, despite being previously switched off.
But I can hear the toy playing, and it was not on before. It is playing right now, and I don't know why it's playing right now. I didn't leave it on, but even if I did leave it on, like I'll turn it off. Even if I did turn it on, it wouldn't automatically play. You'd have to, even if I brush over the keys, it doesn't really go. So you'd have to really press the button and make it go.
As he investigated, he found the room in disarray. Plants were overturned, books scattered across the floor, and wipes carelessly discarded. He was alone in the house, yet he sensed a presence. Suddenly, a shadowy figure darted past the outdoor window. He searched outside, but found no one. The doors were locked, and the surrounding area was empty.
I'm in the father's closet right here. I'm just trying to debunk everything. There's nothing here. Did you see that? Am I insane? Am I insane? Someone just walked by the window, and I will go out there and show you that no one is here. This door is locked. This is the door you're just looking at. This door is locked. There's nothing out here.
This inexplicable encounter left him shaken and relieved that his family would soon be leaving the haunted home behind. The family finally escaped the clutches of the supernatural forces that had terrorized them. But the memories of those terrifying events lingered. The creaking floorboards, the unexplained noises, and the feeling of being watched haunted their dreams. As they settled into their new home, they couldn't shake off the feeling that they were being followed. The experience had left an indelible mark on their lives. The house, once a sanctuary, had become a haunted monument to their fear. Its empty halls whispered secrets of the unknown, a constant reminder of the horrors they endured. In the dead of winter, January 17th, 2008, a young couple and their 3 pets entered a residence whose charm would soon turn to horror. The house seemed ordinary, but its innocence was short-lived. 4 nights later, an unsettling evening unfolded. At 6 p.m., their lives were about to take a dark turn. As night fell, the pets behaved strangely.
Come on. Want a treat? What's the matter, girl? What's the matter? You okay? What do you hear? What is it? What is it, girl?
Their agitation grew, worrying their owners. Concerned, one of them investigated the source of the disturbance. Unsettling sounds came from the attic. They cautiously went upstairs, unsure what they would find. Upon entering the attic, they found disarray. Initially relieved to find no intruder, their relief soon turned to dread. Objects began moving inexplicably, defying explanation. The attic's light switch located inside had been turned off. They knew they hadn't done it. A sinister presence lurked in the shadows, watching and waiting. Their ordeal had begun. The harrowing events left them profoundly unsettled. As the night wore on, the strange occurrences intensified. Doors creaked open and shut, and eerie whispers echoed through the halls. The couple tried to flee, but an unseen force seemed to trap them. Every escape route led back to the heart of the haunting attic. Desperation gripped them as they realized they were not alone. The presence had a twisted agenda, and they were its unwitting pawns. Days passed, but the terror continued. Sleepless nights, frantic calls to paranormal experts, and desperate prayers became their reality. Their once peaceful home had transformed into a battleground, with their sanity hanging in the balance. A young man thought he was alone at home since his girlfriend had gone grocery shopping. But soon, an unsettling voice pierced the silence. The voice seemed to come from the far end of the house, sending shivers down his spine. Curious, he grabbed his camera to investigate. As he neared the source, the voice became clearer, an eerie imitation of his own. This was no ordinary ghost. It mimicked its victim. Shaken, he vowed to verify the source of any voice he heard. Terror didn't end. The next day, while cooking, he heard violent noises from the next room. Despite hesitation, curiosity won out. What he found left him frozen in fear. This presence was different. A malevolent entity. Not a mimic. He knew he needed help. He urgently contacted the church, seeking assistance. A priest was sent to exorcise the two unwinds of the subject. The mimicking part their natural show a better after his was now Shelley's smiths towards some while he pressing there. Again, they begrudged all. And an eating spine being like he wanted to carry into the hall.
Pilma, rat, dark.
The video depicts an investigation by the Museo del Horror. They travel to an abandoned hospital, reputedly haunted based on several reports. The team streamed their adventure live on YouTube, claiming that no one else should have had access to the place that night. As they began their session, the night began with intriguing noises in the distance.
Era para gente de mucho dinero. Era para... Uy.
¿Quién es? Family in this harrowing moment.
¿Es en serio? ¿Puedes hablar? Fue un lamento. Alguien se quejó.
María Ramírez, muchas gracias.
They could hear the moaning of a woman, adding to the creepy atmosphere. These strange noises echoed through different hallways, and as they continued their exploration, they encountered several more unexplained noises. They could hear them.
Escucharon un grito. Porque siento que nos están perdiendo.
As they proceeded further into the building, their camera captured something truly bizarre on the left side. It seemed as if a piece of cloth was being pulled towards the left side, leading some to believe it was an apparition stuck in the hospital. If not, what other explanation could there be? Perhaps it was just a regular piece of cloth that had been jammed there and was released by a breeze or some other force. Throughout the night, they encountered many more strange sightings and occurrences, making it worth checking out the entire investigation yourself. Ghostly silhouette. Banyo Paranormal embarked on an exploration of an abandoned bunker nestled in the depths of a nearby forest. This location, with its heightened eeriness, stood out even among other unsettling sights he had explored. Despite 2 prior visits filled with odd sounds echoing from deserted rooms, he had yet to uncover concrete evidence of any supernatural occurrences. While wandering through the silent, resonant halls, a growing sense of disquiet washed over him.
Like, you know, you just can't explain it by anything. By anything. But No. Okay, that... I saw it moving and I just completely... Okay, so yeah,
Just as Banyo Paranormal decided to exit the bunker, his camera inadvertently captured an anomaly at the corridor's end, seemingly unnoticed by him at the moment.
I have to go for my stuff, so...
The footage shows a vague, dark shape looming into view, which is intriguing given the bunker's supposed emptiness. Banyo had thoroughly examined the site, leading him to believe he was alone. Could there have been an unnoticed intruder, or is the indistinct form something unexplained? The details of this shadowy figure are obscure. This incident marks Banyo Paranormal's first recording of such an event in this location, igniting speculation about its paranormal nature. Future updates from his investigations are eagerly awaited for more insights. The Cursed Doll. In this video, Jay is relaxing in his living room when his attention is drawn to an unusual doll perched on a high shelf. Upon closer inspection, he becomes increasingly unnerved by his discovery. Jay recounts that he acquired the doll from a thrift store where it was curiously hidden away, while other similar dolls were on display. This concealment raised suspicions about the doll, perhaps due to beliefs that it was cursed or haunted. Having had the doll in his home for over a year, Jay's conviction grows that there's something extraordinary about it. A chilling moment is caught on camera as he spends time in the living room with his child, reinforcing his suspicions that the doll might be possessed or cursed. The footage leaves viewers anxious and curious about what Jay recorded and the true nature of the doll.
I think I can see it on here. Hold on. Now it's stopped. Oh, wait, there it is. See if she moves. There it is.
The footage takes a turn reminiscent of a horror film when the doll eerily begins to tilt its head towards the camera, suddenly aware it's being recorded. Jay watches in horror and disbelief as the doll moves independently. Though frightened, he feels a sense of validation, having long attempted to document this phenomenon. This sinister movement convinces many viewers of the doll's haunting. Whether this is a manifestation of the paranormal or there is a logical explanation remains a subject of debate. To this day, the mystery behind the doll's movement continues to puzzle and intrigue, leaving the question unresolved. Hallway. On March 11, 2023, a video from an undisclosed hotel hallway shows a lung into the door. The camera usual, though the exact details aren't specified online without a note. The footage is disconcerting, prompting viewers to ponder the spooky incident that occurred in that hallway. The video reveals a sequence in the hotel plant inexplicably topples over a visible hand. Hair is abruptly swept as if by a mist. Alarm the woman. Before these incidents, some viewers point out another odd occurrence. As the woman steps into the hallway and just doesn't appear. Follow events, ghostly videos. Stay tuned and keep your eyes peeled. You never know what might be caught on camera next. Ghostly videos. Stay tuned and keep your eyes peeled. Phantom Portal. During an investigation at North Country Brewing Pub in Slippery Rock, PA, known for its ghostly tales, Iron City Paranormal captured an intriguing video. They had set up motion-activated trail cameras around the old pub, each programmed to record for 11 seconds when motion is detected. The clip they shared seemingly shows a door opening on its own in the background. The investigating team assures that none of their members were responsible for the door's movement. However, it's important to keep an open mind and not jump to supernatural conclusions immediately. This occurrence certainly adds to the mystery of the place. Ouija fright. In a video that's gaining attention, Brandon Costa shares his unsettling experience right outside his bedroom. Disturbed by strange noises, Brandon grabbed his phone to record what was happening. The footage he captured left him deeply troubled. He connects this eerie incident to his recent use of a Ouija board, suspecting it has paranormal roots. The whole experience has left Brandon feeling very shaken.
Ay, cabrón. No manches. ¿Qué era eso? No. Ay, no manches.
A particularly chilling moment is captured. A face suddenly appears, looking in at Brandon before disappearing. Adding to the eeriness is his bedroom door closing on its own. This strange event, following Brandon's interaction with the Ouija board, may not be entirely unexpected to some viewers, but it certainly makes for a spine-tingling encounter. Crib haunting. This video, while short on specifics, is quite revealing. It captures a moment where a child is sound asleep in their crib, only for a strange event to occur. Interestingly, this happens at 3:33 m, a time often thought to be significant, with differing views on its implications. We see the child abruptly wake up, stand up quickly, and stare intently at something unseen in the darkness. Then, unexpectedly, either a toy or a music box begins to play by itself. Adding to the intrigue, the crib starts shaking without any visible cause. The video ends without offering any explanation, and its origin is unknown. This leaves viewers to ponder and decide for themselves what might have happened that night. Creepy campfire. In this video, a content creator is next to a campfire at his campsite in Fairy Lake, Quebec, at a late hour not specified. Curious about sounds in the distance, he sets out to investigate, walking through the dark forest with just his flashlight for light.
Let's see how this place looks like without any lights. Pitch black. Imagine being out here. This is one of the creepiest forests I've ever been. And I'll be spending the night here. I'm not sure if you guys ever seen the Blair Witch Project, but damn, this is just giving me Blair Witch Project vibes.
Soon after, he comments on the resemblance of the scene to the Blair Witch Project. And then something unexpected happens.
Oh, fuck. Oh, hi. What the hell? I need to get out of here.
A piercing voice comes from the shadows of the woods, repeatedly saying, "I see you, I see you." The voice sounds like it could be a child. The person filming considers the possibility of it being another camper, but he remarks that he has never seen anyone else in these woods on his previous visits. He also points out how strange and unnerving it would be for another camper to shout out like that in the woods, given the fear it could cause. In the end, the man gets back to his campsite safely, not hearing the mysterious voice again. Snowy suspicion. A recent episode on the YouTube channel, Asleep 5 Decades, highlights yet another unexpected event during car camping. In this episode, Lisa, who camps in her van nicknamed the Dream Machine, experiences a startling encounter. Around 4:30 a.m., while deeply asleep, she is suddenly awakened by a series of knocks on her van, specifically near where her head is. The knocking pattern is distinctive, 3 separate sets, each consisting of 3 knocks. Upon hearing the 3rd series of knocks, Lisa quickly grabs her phone to record what's happening.
Somebody's back here again. I hear footprints. Hello? How can I help you? It's 4:30 in the morning. I don't feel safe. Who are you?
The person outside the van is heard saying, "I have a question for you." The notion of someone approaching a woman's van in the early hours of the morning, knowing she's inside, and saying this is quite alarming. Lisa cautiously looks out from her van and spots a car with its headlights on, parked a distance down the road. This car likely belongs to the person knocking.
So I quietly got up and I went to the front and I peeked out and parked way up on the drive. All I could see is like headlights, and then they backed out and went and left.
The video shows the uncertainty of whether anyone else is in the car. The next morning, Lisa finds large boot prints in the snow right outside her. It appears the person may have tried to open her van, but found it locked. Fortunately, Lisa had secured her doors. After such an incident, it's generally wise for anyone in a similar situation to get in the driver's seat and move to a different location, situate further, to what you still. Drawn by curiosity, they moved closer to the memorial, scrutinizing it carefully. It appeared to honor a young girl who had tragically passed away in that exact location. As they delved deeper, this melancholic revelation gradually unraveled.
Dulces en honor a la niña que dicen que se perdió aquí.
As they proceeded with their exploration, Chriselle sensed a presence approaching.
Jamás lo encontraron. Ay, atrás, atrás. Aunque se cayó, cayó al techo. Cayó al techo, Chris.
The dimly lit hallways seemed to intensify the air of mystery.
Escucha. Escucha. ¿Quién está ahí? Ay, no, vámonos, vámonos, vámonos.
In the midst of the spooky ambience, a mysterious noise broke the quiet, causing them to shudder. Despite this, Chriselle continued forward, soon confronted by another enigmatic
De
sound.
verdad me siento perdida. Escucha, 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 escucha. Por acá, por acá, por acá. Por acá, por acá. Vamos a ver qué. Está escuchando, está escuchando. Ay, ay, ¿dónde estás?
This time, it was the sound of a child's voice, soft yet clear, uttering a plea. Please.
Ay. ¿Dónde? ¡Ah! ¡Lo viste, lo viste, lo viste!
Did you hear that? A child's voice echoing in the shadows. Shortly afterward, Chriselle glimpsed a small figure, affirming the existence of a supernatural presence.
Ay, Dios.
Attempts to communicate, however, were met with evident frustration from the entity.
Ay, no mames, no mames, no mames, no mames, no mames. Ay, no mames, no mames, no mames, no mames. ¿Quién es?
Subsequently, a distinct voice surfaced, clearly different from that of the child. Despite the eerie experiences, it became apparent that the spirit of the young girl appeared to be confined to that location. Let's hope it's not coexisting with something more sinister. Thanks for joining our paranormal journey. If you've enjoyed, like, share, and subscribe for more ghostly mysteries. Hit the bell to stay updated. Stay curious and courageous as we delve into the unexplained. What will we uncover next? Of the 1863 battle. Aiming to capture evidence of ghostly activities, Ballinger strategically placed his camera at several spots around Gettysburg. One significant location was about a mile from the triangular field near Wheatfield Road, where he set his camera on a dirt trail. The footage he recorded was startlingly unnerving. A number of ghostly figures appear, moving smoothly from right to left across the path. These apparitions, distinctively clad in Civil War attire, become clearer on closer inspection. Viewers have speculated that these images might represent a residual haunting, a concept where energy from a past event is seemingly etched into the surroundings, almost like a historical playback. Residual hauntings are often associated with locations that have witnessed intense emotional or traumatic events. What are your views on this subject? Feel free to discuss in the comments section. The Unseen Visitor. Let's explore the eerie experiences of Marvin Caguas, as shared on his channel. Marvin mentions that his house has been a hotspot for paranormal occurrences, but it wasn't until recently that he felt the urge to document these events. In a recent video, he narrates an incident where a toy belonging to his niece mysteriously activates on its own, compelling him to grab his camera and investigate downstairs. Let's check out the footage.
Alvin. Funny anymore, man. Fuck, dude.
We see the toy inexplicably spring to life, as if triggered by an unseen presence. This prompts Marvin to conduct a thorough search of his home.
Alvin.
The house seems tranquil. However, pay attention as Marvin re-enters the dining room. He discovers the chandelier swinging by itself, with no one around to have caused it. Alarmed, he swiftly leaves the room, and the video abruptly ends there. In a subsequent video, the mysterious occurrences in Marvin's home escalate. He explains, "I was using the night vision feature on the Xbox One, and on reviewing the footage, I noticed a figure that looks like it's empty."
Right now, it's completely dark in this house right now. All you can basically see is my Xbox One controller. Now I'm gonna switch on the night vision for you guys. As you can see, it lights up the whole room. It's actually a pretty cool feature. I don't know if they have an app for this or not, but they also have this version of the camera. I don't know what it is. I think it's either infrared or something like that. And then back to dark. As you can see, all you can see is my Xbox controller. And then back to night vision. It's actually...
A peculiar shadowy figure is visible in the top right corner of the living room, ascending towards the ceiling. This shadow doesn't align with Marvin's movements, making its origin baffling. Marvin and his family are convinced that this shadowy figure is the entity moving objects around in their house. Do you believe this could be an authentic haunting? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Chilling frame. This fascinating video surfaced online in March 2019, and while specific details are limited, the content of the footage It captures a moment during a video call between two individuals wanting deep. Initial shot flowing down opposite dress angle. This leaving no enigmatic pearly. She shared a chilling video from her visit to an abandoned house known for its sorrowful past. The house was previously owned by the Evinrudes, a couple whose lives were abruptly ended by a home invasion. Initially, the family kept the house unsold in memory of the couple, but later rented it out. Tenants, however, reported unnerving experiences like sudden temperature drops and shadowy figures peering through windows, eventually driving them away. The house has been deserted ever since, up until Rochelle's daring exploration. Hoping to capture the rumored paranormal activity, she inadvertently records a disturbing sight on her camera. During her exploration, Rochelle unknowingly captures a very creepy occurrence. It's easy to miss, so viewers should watch closely. A brief but alarming moment is caught as Rochelle turns her camera toward the door. A shadowy outline, similar to a hand, quickly appears and then disappears behind the doorway. Despite her search, Rochelle discovers nothing unusual in the vicinity. This spooky incident took place in the exact spot
I dare
where
you
Mrs.
to let me
Evinrude's
build
body
you
was
a
discovered.
completely free
There's
e-commerce
speculation about
store.
whether this was an
Results
apparition
for
of
your own
Mrs.
channel.
Evinrude,
Chapter
or
1,
perhaps a
Breaking the
squatter
Algorithm.
secretly observing
Getting
Rochelle.
YouTube's
The
algorithm
mystery
to
deepens
blow up your
because the
channel
space
is
has no
actually
apparent
really
exit.
simple. Here's how it works,
Understandably
explained
frightened
by
this
the
experience,
largest creator on the
Rochelle has
platform.
resolved
If people
not
are
to
clicking and
revisit the
watching,
abandoned
then it gets
property.
promoted more, and that's all. That's literally all the algorithm does, is reflect what the people want.
It
The
really is
unexplained
that
appearance.
simple. Success on YouTube comes when you make videos that people click on and watch.
A viewer
The
shared
hard
a
part
video
is
that
doing it
captured an
better than
unusual
everyone else.
incident in front
But
of their
based on
house at
my
night.
experience with two
Their home
successful
security
channels
camera,
and my research into the
specifically a ring
methods
camera,
of the best
recorded
creators in
an
the
odd
platform,
object that seemed to
I have
suddenly
created
appear
a
from nowhere and
step-by-step
then vanished
process to
just
take
as
your
inexplicably.
videos to the moon. In fact, your next video will mark that changing point in your channel if you do everything I tell you to. Chapter 2, a good idea. Messing up in the idea stage undermines the entire video, which makes this step the most important. To start, create a list of whatever you can think of that sounds interesting to people in your niche. Focus on what your niche wants, what they care about, what they're scared of, or even what they're insecure about. The real question here is, what video titles can you craft that address the needs of your audience? Figure out what content will live up to the title later. And that's not even all there is to it. See if you can catch the mistake with this video here. It's about just one single feature that wasn't super interesting. Most people in my niche didn't have a reason to watch this. However, this video was relevant to far more Terraria players because the idea was way more broad. So your ideas can't be super specific. They must be attractive to most people in your niche.
Speculation.
Finding ideas can be challenging at first, so a little trick that I like to use is to just leave all that thinking to the pros. I'll study trends and popular videos for my niche, and then try to take ideas a step further or put some sort of twist on it.
There's an unappeared realizing it.
Wait, stop. You cannot make the video just yet. You'll see why in just a second. Chapter 3, Thumbnails and Titles. You still need to make the title and thumbnail so you can actually calculate the quality of that idea. You see, for it to be a good idea, there must be at least one very compelling reason to click on the video. If you can't figure out a way to do that, then maybe you should watch this video here. Or maybe your idea just sucks. If that's the case, do not use that idea. Here's a video where it's very obvious what the reasons to watch are. For starters, you want to see what liquid sand looks like when it's moving around in a recording. But you'd also like to know how it works and what it looks like to swim in it. And for this video, the reason to watch is that Terraria players love to know about new features, and therefore this video will be interesting because it covers a new feature to the game. So the reason to watch is to learn about the Oasis in Terraria. That is some bullshit. The reason to watch can't require a bunch of rationalization.
Experiences with different shadow entities. He has encountered flickering lights, doors mysteriously opening and closing, and even captured the glowing eyes of an unidentified entity while being alone at home. In one particularly chilling instance, he succeeded in capturing both entities in the same video. Here's the footage he recorded.
Understand what's going on. You can't rely too much on the title here because most often viewers look at the thumbnail
here's a little bit more
look at the title. So don't use a poorly shot photo or an uncropped screenshot. Otherwise, your thumbnail is just too bland and confusing next to all the others. Most YouTubers don't even use a single frame from their video to make the thumbnail. Instead, they take new photos, often piecing multiple together to create an image that most effectively represents the idea of that video. Now for the title. It's the best opportunity for getting a reason to watch. My reason typically comes from titling the video as a question, but it's also a great strategy to instead give
Upon stepping into the room, an unusual wheezing sound becomes perceptible.
Chapter 4, Lamps. Remember earlier how Mr. Beast described it? Well, think
Viewers
of your entire
speculate that
scripting
the sound
process
emanated
as
from
your
the
plan
shadowy
for this
figure
part.
in the corner.
Making people
Shortly
watch your
after he
video
notices
for
the
as
entity,
long as
the door
possible. Even
autonomously
something like
swings
a
open.
vlog where you've
He
recorded
swiftly
everything
pans back to
first
the left,
requires you
only
to
to find
consider
the
what
shadowy
footage you
figure
have
has
and then create a
disappeared.
storyboard.
In
Because
response
without a
to this
strong
encounter,
strategy to
he installs
maximize
multiple
viewer
stationary
retention,
cameras
you
around
will
the
lose
house for
viewers
further
incredibly
investigation.
quickly. A
Several
great way
nights
to think
later,
about all
while he
this is
sleeps,
a big
the
water
bedroom
tank with a
camera
leak in the
captures the
bottom.
following.
At the start of your video, you're at a full tank, but it drains quickly, and once it's out, viewers start looking for something better to watch. The only way to keep viewers is to do a little refill by giving value to your audience. Say or do something interesting, something important or helpful. Even just make them smile, something like that. Also, be aware that the tank drains at different speeds depending on your audience. Some niches and age groups have an attention span of around 20 seconds, while others can last maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Knowing that, you should spread out your key points of information evenly throughout the video to consistently refill the tank. Start by separating the video into different sections, each with a couple bullet points to list the
As he
takeaways.
sleeps,
Next,
the
plan out
camera
some
captures
pauses
a
and
shadowy
little
figure
edits,
appearing to
montages,
materialize from the
jokes to give
ceiling.
the viewer a quick
If
break.
this wasn't
Without these, your
unsettling
video
enough to
flies
give him
by way
nightmares,
too quickly,
what he
which
captured on his
overwhelms the
hallway
viewer
camera
and
certainly
prevents them
added to
from
his
absorbing it.
unease.
Chapter 5, Script Writing. Do you remember a minute ago when I talked about that water tank? Well, here is where it really comes into play. Once you start elaborating on the takeaways you just listed, explain them as simply
During
as you
the
can.
2-hour
A 10-minute
duration,
video that
the
could have
video
been 3 minutes
unmistakably
will be
captures
so
the
boring
appearance
that
of a
the average
female
view
figure
duration will
with
likely
dark
be
hair
just a minute. But flip
materializing
this
on a
around.
distant
A
wall.
3-minute video,
Is his
which
residence
so
truly
compact
haunted,
that it feels
or
like
is this
10 minutes,
merely a
will be
prank for
so
TikTok?
entertaining
It's up
that
to
the
you to
average view
decide.
duration is likely closer to 2.5 minutes. But that being said, trimming down your video too far actually hurts engagement. It makes it feel really chaotic and kind of soulless. So while your wording
In
should
the
get to the point
early
quickly, it should still resemble the spirit of a natural conversation. So make it
video
feel like
was
you're actually
made by
talking to the viewer. They should be
group
an
of
engaged
young
listener, thinking
men
about what you've said and asking
claim to have
questions. If you constantly
moved
tell
into
things
a
the exact same way, it gets monotonous. But if you switch it up,
They
sometimes use an analogy or an example, tell a story or ask a question, it makes the video much more engaging. But as you may have noticed, there's now an even bigger problem. You see, with you shortening your videos so much, you struggle to reach that 8-minute mark where the sweet, sweet cash comes rolling in. So here's where the really high level stuff comes in. I like to call it valuable bullshit. I first discovered this when watching a Ryan Trahan video about a soundproof room. I was surprised at first that the video lasted exactly 8 minutes, but while watching, I couldn't help but admire what Ryan was doing. By the end of the video, I had learned one of the most crucial YouTube strategies. You see, the duration of that video was not a coincidence. His video could have lasted 5 minutes, but he extended it using valuable bullshit. Check this out.
The creator of the world's quietest room is a man named Steve. Steve Orfield of Orfield Laboratories. I'm scared of this man for a number of reasons. Not only does he send 2-word response emails, but also Orfield Laboratories literally sounds like the place a Demogorgon would be hiding in the next season of Stranger Things.
It's quick and subtle, but it's funny, and that gives value to the viewer. Also, it builds a more personal connection to who's watching, which makes them stick around with you for longer. All of the ways that Ryan fluffed up his video added something to it rather than stretched out what was already there. Before we talk about just forgetting all of this and letting AI write everything, we need to talk about the most important part of the script, the intro. If you do not take those first few seconds to meet the expectations people had going in, they will stop watching. So take a good look at your title and thumbnail. What made someone click that? What information, what pacing, and what mood did they expect? Your entire video, but especially the intro, is reliable. As for specifically what you say, there is no sequence. Just confirm to them that your video will be what they expected, and then immediately start delivering. But please, I am begging you, do not ask for likes or subscribers. That is not.
The video captures a frightening scene at the attic's end, prompting him to quickly reopen the stairs and flee. The camera appears to have again recorded a chilling face. This raises the question, could this be the ghost tied to the apartment? The man wondered if past rituals in the apartment might be behind the strange activities and his terrifying experience. It was, without a doubt, a terrifying experience.
And guess what? You probably do it too.
Haunting
I
at
sure
home.
did. Back in my Terraria channel, I would draw out the second half of my script
On
and just
February
kinda
10,
half-ass it. While it's true that people
2023,
are more
a
likely to
Reddit
keep
post
watching
caught
the second
attention,
half if
shared
they
by
made
a
it through
mother
the
of a
first half.
2-year-old
They're only more
boy.
likely
She
to
often
keep
stays
watching,
awake at
but I
night
counted on people
due to her
staying once they
son's
got around
restless
to that
sleep.
halfway mark.
Each
The
time her
writing,
son
editing,
stirs,
and everything
she
else would
receives
get
an alert
way
from their
worse.
security
Then I put in
camera.
an outro that gave
After
credits
calming
and
him
stuff
and
like
putting
that.
him back
It took
to
me a
bed,
while to learn
she
that
has a
there is
routine
no
of
such
reviewing the
thing
camera
as an
footage to
outro
see what
on
might have
YouTube.
woken
Talk
him.
about why I
One
haven't
night,
blown up yet.
she was
It's
stunned by
because
what
I
she
was
saw in
thinking
the
of my
video.
channel one
Watch
video
this
at a
segment
time,
and judge for
therefore
yourself.
Viewers looked at my channel the same way, one video at a time. But what if they looked at my channel 5 videos at a time, 10 videos at a time? You know, there is no better way to tell YouTube to blow up your channel than to have people binge your videos. So plan for that. Don't let viewers get bored of you. Keep the second half just as good, and then they're far more likely to watch another of your videos next. Okay.
If you look
All of
carefully,
that being
you'll
said,
see
the most
something
important
unusual.
thing for you to do
The
is to
child's ear
avoid
begins
not
to
writing
move
anything
as if
because
it's
you're
being
just trying to
pulled
get
by
over
unseen hands,
Writing's
a
a
detail
process.
the
It's
camera did
never
not
going to be
initially
perfect
make
the first
clear.
time. Chapter
The child
6,
glances
recording.
around in confusion,
So about
searching for
recording, I
someone
actually,
or something behind him,
recorded
but the room
my
appears
first
empty.
2 videos
Is this an
on my
instance of
iPhone
the supernatural?
and a
Feel
voice
free
note.
to share your opinions in
And
the
videos
comments.
actually did really good. What's actually important is to just get as many clips as possible.
Unseen
You can't have
pursuer.
one continuous shot of you talking. You need a variety of things.
The
for viewer to
unfortunate
look at.
voyage
For my
began with
Terraria
a
channel,
group navigating
I
the
would
dark,
spend, on average,
dirt road at
10
night,
hours
a choice
recording
that soon
footage
became
just so I could
regrettable.
switch the clips every 5 seconds. And yes, it is worth it. The impact on your attention is massive. Chapter 7, Editing. The core of editing
A
is
widely
pacing.
viewed
You
online
see,
video
the style
shows a
can be
group of
whatever you
friends
want.
driving
Pacing-
through a forest
Pacing
when they
always has to
suddenly
be
encounter
as
a mysterious
fast as
presence.
possible. To really give you a sense of what it should be, let's look at the bare minimum. A 90-minute nature documentary. This is a very slow-paced genre, yet at a random point in the film, you get 3 different clips in 15 seconds.
इसलिए मैंने आपको मना किया था इस रास्ते से रहने दो आज भाई हम दो भाई हैं
In the video, a figure clad in black is seen walking in an odd manner, raising questions about its nature and causing a tense, unnerving mood among the group.
Your videos, which linger on the same clips for 10 to 20 seconds. And that's not even to mention the pauses that you make while you're speaking. No one wants to see you staring around trying to figure out what you have to say next.
हम आपको परेशान नहीं
or any part of your video that's just a couple seconds long where nothing's happening, cut that out too. Besides that, the style of editing should match up with the genre of your video and the audience you have. The wrong editing style can really ruin your video. So figure out how the best creators in your niche edit and then learn how to make something similar. Okay, here's the most underrated editing tip. Create a variety of how much energy your video gives off.
Chilling
The
the car's
contrast
occupant.
of a hyper-edited
to the bone.
section abruptly
The tension
turning into a
escalates
mellow A-roll
or
segment
Oh my
forces
God!
the viewer
Oh my
to
God!
jump back into
At a Star
focus.
River
These
Garden.
changes in pacing keeps the viewer from zoning out.
Paranormal
Wait, do you hear
puzzle.
That kind of like rumbling sound? That's called a riser.
Is it possible that a spooky event from
that
the
was a
past,
hit.
still echoing in your
These are
mind,
just two
might be
examples
related
of
to the
sounds that make the
supernatural
video
ES
way
story
more
shared by a
immersive. Just as important
Redditor,
are
describes an
transition
odd
sounds,
occurrence
ambient
caught on a
sounds,
security
and
camera,
Foley sounds.
a
Sound
puzzle that
design
remains
creates a
unsolved
really
even
nice
now.
audio experience, which will help keep the viewers watching for a little longer. So I definitely recommend it. I used to use freesound.org, but now I use Envato Elements. And sound effects aren't the only way you can spice up the audio. Rather than throwing in a couple background songs that kind of work, create a more
Viewers should be aware that in this recording,
the
audio and visual elements are shows a tray falling to the floor.
So
But interestingly, the sound happens after the tray is seen falling. This mismatch adds a sense of unease to the footage. Adding to the intrigue, some viewers, after examining the comments, suggest that the behavior of a dog, seen in its cage near a high chair, might indicate a paranormal event.
And mood of a video. Oh yeah, that is the basic process. Why are some videos
The story focuses on the dog's startled
usually
reaction
ignored? In
and the
this video,
suddenness of the
we'll
crash,
uncover the
fostering a sense
strategy
of real
used
fear
by
and
all of your
uncertainty.
favorite creators to make
Interestingly,
their content
those in the
get
comments who believe in the
But that's not
supernatural
all.
are
We're also
inclined to
gonna go
interpret the
in
dog's
depth
behavior
into how to
as an
craft
indication of
ultimate
something
titles and
otherworldly
thumbnails.
occurring.
In my research, I found something that every viral video has in common. What's the secret? They all create at least one
This narrative
captivating
leaves
reason
viewers
to watch
pondering the enigmatic connection between the unexplained incident and the dog's
I'm gonna
alarmed
show some
reaction.
videos of popular
Thanks for
creators to
joining
reveal
us
how
on
they
this
make
eerie
reasons to
journey.
watch their videos.
If you were thrilled
Pay
by
really
these
close
ghostly
attention because
encounters,
there's a pattern
hit
in the
like,
way they do it
share,
that's
and subscribe for more.
This video
Stay
asks a
brave,
simple yet
keep
intriguing
watching,
question,
and
giving
remember,
it a
the next
universal
chilling
appeal.
discovery
Show this
could be
video
just
to
a click
really
away.
wide audience, and most people will be interested. Planting a question in the viewer's mind is the leading method
Take
to
an
get them to
unexpected
click.
turn.
Also, the question
This
doesn't need to
video is a
literally be
classic
written in the
example
title.
of
Like
such
this
an
video,
occurrence.
It throws you into the middle of a story, which creates the question of what happens next. Another method is seen in this video, which promises an exciting journey. Everyone likes to see a good story, so that's a reason to watch. This video addresses something interesting. People like to learn about cool stuff.
Did you catch the pattern? The pattern is that the reason to watch the video is immediately apparent. For your video, if it takes longer than a second to think of a reason, or if your reason's far-fetched, then your shit sucks.
Titles and thumbnails need to build off one another, not copy each other. Here's what it looks like when they repeat. The title and thumbnail give the exact same information. Both tell you that the video is about airplane facts. What's so bad
Stuffed
about
toy
that?
mysteriously
It's too
moves on
slow.
its own.
The video's
Yet
information
initially,
is given at
none
a
of the
snail's
participants
pace.
seemed to
Meanwhile,
notice.
viewers who may have
However,
clicked it are getting
later in the
interested by
footage,
other videos
someone
that
finally
explain
spots the
themselves faster.
movement.
Remember, there's going to be 10 other interesting videos next to yours at any given time. What successful creators do is they utilize both the thumbnail and the title to give information, and they do it quickly.
While the authenticity of
This
such
thumbnail
events is
builds
often
off of the
debated,
title instead of
viewers
repeating it.
generally
It's pretty
agree
simple,
that it's
so it
safer
quickly
to
and clearly
avoid Ouija
explains that you
boards,
should board a plane
as
live.
most recordings
Obviously, that's
typically
kinda
show
weird, and
unintended
therefore develops
consequences.
interest in the
But,
video.
as
There it is.
always,
There's the
opinions
captivating
vary.
reason to click it, but
What
there's
are your
more.
thoughts on
Next,
this?
the viewer reads the title and learns that there's secrets being kept from them. Now
The
they
Cursed
get even
Mansion.
more interested. They start asking, what secrets are they hiding from me? Are planes more dangerous
In the
than I
cover
thought?
of
There's
night,
now two
a
more,
solitary
for a total
man
of 3
ventures into a
questions that the
forsaken
viewer has.
house.
This video
He
can be put
navigates
next
the
to
space
plenty
with
of other
deliberate
videos that
caution,
also give good
aware
reasons
of the
to click
building's
them, and it
peculiar
would still
past.
perform well.
The local
That's because
district,
it leverages
citing
all of
safety
its room in the
concerns,
thumbnail
has
title to
forbidden
create
entry
the
to this
most
place,
intrigue
and for
So the goal is to create as many
But
captivating
reasons.
reasons to watch the video as possible.
The house
But first, you need people to actually look at the video in the first
for its
place. And that
says
is
once the
job of
residence of an elderly man who lived out his final
One of the best ways is to put your face in it. That's because expressive faces always grab attention. After all, our eyes are naturally drawn to them. We even see faces in places where there isn't a face.
Faces are great because they act as a spotlight element. That's what I like to call the part of your thumbnail that stands out, not just from the rest of the image, but the whole page of YouTube. But while they're the easiest method, faces aren't the only way to create a spotlight on your thumbnail.
Text is a great spotlight element to use. Just like faces, short pieces of text attract people's attention. Just know that to stand out, text should be pretty short, so don't use it to explain anything. Using a familiar object can also be a spotlight element. The channel 5 Minute Crafts uses this method for almost all of their thumbnails. They even take it a step further by doing something really weird with the object, which is what starts creating questions. However, it's often a great choice to keep the thumbnail simple, as it allows the spotlight to be more striking. Take a look at the YouTuber Lemio's thumbnails. He takes on a minimalistic
loitering near
art
the
style,
second floor
incorporating
windows
1 or 2
and hearing
familiar
the eerie
objects
sound
with
of
natural
children's
eyes, but he's
laughter
also
at
cheating.
night.